team info. Next. Orion. All right, and we are back on. For tonight, I'm just going to keep it as if it's just a stream break and then the next. I'm hoping things separate. I'm doing a brief goodbye at each one. No worries there. We're going to be doing a different game this time, of Orion. I had promised to show Weeble Nation a bit of a how-to on how I do the buildings and whatnot for the game. Let's get that to here. There we go. See, a couple people have, it might be their first time seeing the game. I should make sure it's actually, doing the things. Need just a second here. Make sure it's showing. Well, I'm seeing things there. Cancel. Let's see, go back to there. Gonna make sure it's showing on YouTube as well. Just making sure we got it here. Is it not enough of a break-in to... Weird. Very weird. Okay, that's better. Alright, that's better. And let me check here. I'm gonna do a quick test. Testing. Does it show in both? Yes. Good, okay. Alright, we're back in business. Now, Jay. Here's how I do this. First, I recommend pre-building your ships a bit. I make a creative one. You can head to Create New. Anyone who wants to play this is a way you can do it. All you have to do is make sure that Creative Mode is checked off. Gives you unlimited building and resources. And then hit Start. You can even do the same one. Now, I've already made one. We're going to load this puppy up. Yeah, I seriously spent 5 hours and 50 minutes over the course of a couple days building a bunch of things. Sending a brief greeting. And did someone message me? Yeah, well. Alright. To second game. Alright. Gonna wait for this to catch up with me. Come on, thing. Load up the thing. And for anyone tuning in, this is technically stream 2 of the night. The first one being a shorter one, doing the daily run-through of Spelunky. We're now doing a bit of a demonstration build. Once this game finishes loading the level. Here we go. See, this is a new ship that I built. I'm rather proud of it. Disconnect the camera, lean on it. There we go. So you can do any kinds of shapes you want. If I wanted to, I could make this a flat one, make it like a flying saucer. But in this case, this thing's more of a ever-approaching discus of doom. I'm rather proud of how it came out. Oreo of death. Now I gotta put some frills on it, some things on. I may start using this ship as a common design going forward. I really like how it came out. It's very mobile. able to rotate very quickly and easily. And this is just in its base format. As you can see, adjusts and adapts. I was working on another ship. Again, this is on a creative server, a creative map. I was working on this guy, but unfortunately I'm not allowed to have nice things. I was going to put a ring around it and smooth things over for it, till I showed it to a friend of mine, whose first words about this ship were, and I quote, "Mike, why did you make a space butt plug? This is why I can't have nice things." Yeah, that's what I've been told. It's supposed to be a sphere, another sphere, and a sphere with a ring kind of like what's on this around it. And, you know, instead, I have a space butt plug. So now I have the Ring of Death. Everyone seems to think that. I worked on that damn thing for 3 hours. 3 hours. So, for Weeble, here's the thing. Hopping out of the ship. As you can see, it's sizably bigger than it looks, and definitely bigger than the drone. I only just put the drone next to even the small ball in the middle there. You can see it's bigger than me. First, we're going to found a new ship. Showing the Weeble. That's the name of the ship. Showing the Weeble. And when you make it, you'll start out with just an unmoving, uninteresting block. You go to build mode, and honestly, my advice, man, first thing you want to do, put a little block on the side of it, click on this thing, turn off safe mode, delete this thing, click on this, press the F button to focus on that, click mirrors, tell it to focus on that block. It's helpful if you're trying to do anything symmetrical. That arrow tells you which direction is forward for the ship, you know, which way it moves. And honestly, you just use these blocks, and I say work with hull, or a blank hull, whichever, and just sketch out what you want. Like that, I've got a little 5x5 bit. I'm just gonna make something simple really quick. 10, 15. Okay. Now what I'm gonna make like a tiny Imperial cruiser. Let's go 2 down. Yep. I'm gonna mirror this on the x-axis to make my life a little easier. There we go. Now bring this to the back. And boop, boop, boop. As you can see, I'm just kind of tracing it out. Kind of like I'm playing space Legos. Let's go another 2. There we go. There we go. My advice? Denny, your brain is in the gutter. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Less of a phallic object, more of an arrowhead. Because it's simple. And then there. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm just making a little space arrow. And you can even control Z to undo something. I like to hope the gutter's in your mind. I like to hope your gutter is your mind. There we go. You know what? One more. Yeah, that'll work. And then to scale this up. And keep this nice and simple. And I'm sure you can see how using the mirroring makes this much faster. Those spherical shapes I made, do you oh yeah, it is his mind. You know as well as I do, Jen. You don't think I made those spherical objects, though, one block at a time. No, I used mirroring. Used all 3 axes just to make sure that everything possible, did properly. And you can click on this on any one piece and tell it to focus on it, so it mirrors around that in particular. Makes life so much easier. There we go. And yeah, honestly, I just use the little square hole pieces to basically just sculpt what I want. Like space clay. Uganda Knuckles. Do you know the way? Yes, I can show you the way. You guys get the idea. I can just put things together. Now the thing is, the way I'm doing this, there's another reason why I'm doing this just a square at a time like this. Not just that I like, making myself suffer. Doing it this way means when, not if, when I'm ready to start changing the blocks to something else, all I gotta do is pick the piece. See, every ship has to have certain requirements. Excuse me. Just figuring out what I've gotten myself into here. How many more layers am I in for here? Okay, I'm almost done by the looks of it. Because I'm gonna do the last 3 just as one thing. There we go. And then 2, so there, and then the last row is that. Okay. As much as you only. I don't want to know what's in your mind. Your mind is a scary place, dude. There we go. Now we just gotta finish this here. Now, I'm not gonna worry about putting all the armor pieces on. You can play around with things, rotate things as you want. If you look at the bottom, let me just show here. Well, that did not succeed. Excuse me. Make that good. There we go. That's what I meant to do. And remove that. Sorry. It's supposed to go at the bottom of that page. But to show you here, you can see where my mouse is. If you look underneath here, guys. Mild. compared to you. Mild. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. You scare me. But anyway, what I was trying to show you guys before. If you look underneath here, you've got different options to rotate pieces, lean on Alt to transform a block, Shift to match it to the shape, Control to match the size. You've got options. There's ways to play around with it when you're building. But I suspect, Jay, that your problem is less about playing with the options and more about making the ship just work. Am I right? You know, some of my friends actually think I'm a prude. It's not that I'm a prude, it's that, well, there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the bottom just flat like that. But, it's not that I'm a prude, it's that I've kind of got my limits for sanity. Now, back to design. So, you've got this ship here. What do you do with it? Here's what you do with it. Your ship basically needs a few things to it. Let me just click, show all the stats. You need ways to turn left and right, up and down, and spin. You know, maneuverability. You need engines. You need stuff to hold the ship together so that things don't blow it up. And last but not least, you need crew quarters, computers, and things like that, the internal works. Stuff to help it stop, brakes. So, we're going to start with the engines. There we go. Oop. And here's how I do it. Now that I've shaped this, I'll lean on Alt. I'm going to turn some of these things into engines. Let's go with 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's not going to be enough, though. You'll see what I'm going to do. Actually, pardon me. Copy. No. I'm going to go back to hull. Going to turn that in 3 instead. Gonna make a pair of 3x2s. There we go. So now I'm gonna go to visibility. I'm gonna have it show me only hull. So you can see it made the engine blocks disappear. They're still there. I'm gonna make this 3 deep. 2. There we go. There we go. I change it to show me only the engines. Highlight them. Merge them together. Make sure they're linked up. Okay. My ship now has acceleration and max velocity. Meaning, yay, it can move. You know what it can't do yet? Stop moving. For that, we're going to use inertial dampeners. Those tell it to stop moving. Go back to hull. What we're going to do is we're going to do like, just say 1, 2, 3. And then maybe 1, 2, 3. And maybe there. I want my deceleration to be at about, I want to say at least 50 to 60 meters per second. So at least your ship can stop. Otherwise, you can't really, steer. There we go. See if I can't... There. Okay, that's good deceleration. Alright, let's view the whole thing. There we go. Now, so my ship can now move forward. My ship can now stop. Yay. Pardon me. Need some engineers and mechanics. And when you make a ship, you start with, I want to say, 8 people. Unless you have it built at a facility, in which case, hire someone. You can hire people. Alright, so my ship can now move. Can't turn left and right, but I can move forward. In theory. Except you'll notice everything is flashing. I have no power. This thing is barely alive. Let's go back to build. If you look over here, we see that I need 1.29 gigawatts, and I generate 500 megawatts. Dadding good. So again, go to View, go to Hull, and this time, we're going to head down to the titanium area. I'm going to go with some generators. You want to get it up to, I want to say about 2.5 gigawatts to start. For a ship this size anyway. I made something a little bigger. In any event, you want, I want to say about at least 150% of what you use. So, there we go. We're getting there. And, oh. My ship is showing its generators. Don't want to do that. There we go. Although I'm okay doing that one. And boop, okay. And then, let's go with this line here. Oh, one too many. But here's okay. And there. I'm now at 1.9. My ship will be able to move, but I'm not quite content yet. Nope, I'm right. That's one too many. So let's do that one. Okay, I now make more energy than I need. Let's go out of build. I can't turn left or right at all. I can kind of wiggle a little, see? But at least I can go forward. Go, Wedge of Death. This thing's got decent speed to it. And I can use the thrusters to increase that, of course. And how fast do I slow down? Slow enough, I guess. You'll have to decide for yourself what works for what you can control. But you notice, I can't turn around. I'm just a little death arrow going straight into nowhere. So, back to building. There are 2 means of adjusting yourself in terms of your ship. Thrusters and gyros. Oh, that was a mistake. Excuse me. There we go. Sorry. We're going to put some thrusters on things first so we can move things around. And for that, I personally recommend, unless there's a profound reason otherwise, to go for the full thrusters instead of the directional ones. And we're going to do... let's say every other one. And I'll leave the front alone. Okay, you see, we now have some pitch and yaw and some increased deceleration. But that's not enough. We're going to go to View. We just want to see the hull. We are going to add some gyros, some gyro arrays. Now, check this. you might see that it's got the blue ring showing that it rotates that way. If I rotate the brick, if I press R, you can see it's got a little blue, red, and green. I can rotate this brick along that. And yes, Jay, this is what you need to know. So I do that, doesn't change anything. So let's rotate along the green axis. Here we go. Up and down. If I rotate around the red, left and right, roll, left and right. So there's our rotation. So we are going to take some of these right behind the thrusters. Let's start with these here. And we're going to go until we've got, let's say, 2 on each of them. I'm already halfway there. Oh, darn it. Clicked the wrong thing. Back to the gyro ray, thank you. Let's do another pair here. Oh, we're good for rolling. Okay, we're good there. So, make as if we're placing one. Lean on R to rotate. Now we got the left and right. And for that, we're going to go more towards the middle. Get here. And here. Oh, this is going to be a little harder. 3, 4. That's still pretty good, though. 5, 6. Okay, we're over 2. We're good. And now we just need for the up and down. So for that, we're going to rotate you back. Going to do the green. Now we got the up and down. And we're going to go along this here. 1, 2. How are we at? That's already 1. Good. 3, 4. Good. I wanted to get it at least to 2. 7, 8. We're going to stop there, because there's everything we need. Now, you can insult this thing, but this is now extremely maneuverable. And yeah, you totally can make a spinning top of death. But check it. This thing is now able to move, very responsive. The only downside is that it doesn't really have any crew quarters. If you look over here, and yes, I've kept myself off the screen deliberately. If you look over here, it's only got the 8x8 for the crew. Hey, Techno! Yo, what's up? Doing a tutorial on how to build in Avorion. To hold more crew than 8, you need crew quarters. Boom. There. Oh, no. Crew quarters. There we go. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Close that. I'm gonna scroll to here. And again, I'm gonna change our view so we're only looking at the hull. I'm thinking we can put some crew quarters right here. 3, 4. I want to get a little closer, so we're gonna use the mouse middle click. I'm gonna get a little closer. We're gonna press the F button to focus on it, so I can get closer to it. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. You'll notice that number's going up. I can already now hold. I don't want to expose that. Unless I have no choice. So let's see here. Boop. There. I can now hold 28 people on this ship, just from what I've done there. Nice. Now, you can also do stuff with armor for this. If I click here, you've got armor. And if you look, anything that says plus, you've got shapes available. So, just for example, if I wanted to, let me rotate so it's in fitting, and I can stretch this by leaning on the A, S, and D buttons to stretch that way, or maybe this way. I can shrink down as well, but I'm gonna go put it back to size of 1. I'm not gonna armor this whole ship, I'm just demonstrating here. Go there, stretch to there. You know, let me just go to all blocks so you guys can see it here. If I wanted to, I could armor the crap out of this thing, turning into a freaking death wedge. And that particular piece works very well when paired with, excuse me, there. There. And there. Although I don't know how well I want to armor this, because I've got the thrusters there. And again, I can, and you'll notice nice and smooth for how it looks, but I don't want those on there right now. I just wanted to demonstrate. And as you get more blocks, you've got decorative ones, you've got lights, you've got holograms, you've got glowing blocks. And one of my favorite little things to do, just to show you here, I think I can do this here, is I will, alright, I'm going to have it show only the hull for a moment. I think I can do this using this spot. Okay, I can demonstrate this. I'm going to take glow blocks, I'm going to transform just there and there. I'm going to take some glass blocks, put it there, 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 there. I'm going to take some, now I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go back to showing all blocks. And as you can see, it's got glow in there now. That also happens to look really cool. Show me just the glow. If you take, say, something with a nice pattern to it, like the super rich ore stone. Again, we're just going to show all blocks. See? You've got some cool things you can do there. And as you get on in material, you've got more stuff you can do. For example, titanium also has energy containers which increase your storage battery. The generators themselves, integrity field generators. You know, I'm going to show this one now. This is very important. Your ship can get attacked. And when it gets attacked, pieces can be blown off of it. Unless you've got some field generators to help hold things together. They handle a certain range. Let's see how we've done here. All blocks. Oh, nice. We've already done pretty well. Let's go back to the hull. Let's do right there. Okay. So this ship now has full integrity fields on it. When I do the whole thing, which means that it's a lot harder to blow stuff off of it. Torpedoes don't knock whole pieces off quite so easily. The pieces don't break as easily. I say don't even leave your first sector until you've got some enough titanium to field protect your ship. And you know what? I'm going to turn this back into hull because I know exactly where to put the, pardon me, for this one. I'm going to go to the view, going to go to the super rich stone, and I actually saved that. There we go. There. A little bit of redundancy. The only thing that isn't protected, I think, is my nose. Yep. Arg. Hang on. Fuck it. I don't need that nose. Pardon my language. So this ship is now basically ready to go. There's one last thing I usually do, though. With the whole ship just open, I'll click on this, Merge Selected Blocks. We're going to look over here where it says 309. Check this. It'll merge everything it can merge. This now only has 111 blocks. And see, now any pieces like that, I go back to build, anything that can be merged, like these thrusters, which were individual pieces, you get the idea. They're now individual blocks, which means I'm done sculpting. No, you don't have to find all this stuff. All of this stuff is, let there be my face. You don't have to find all this stuff. All this stuff is actively available to you in the build menu. You don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is mine the materials. And one thing I'm happy about that they changed in the game, you press F9, Shipyard. If you need inspiration, or if you're just stressed for time, build ship. As you can see, the ships are now actually pretty good. This is a carrier. Here is a freighter in that design. Here we have a miner ship. Miner is in it mines. Now I'm just saying here, I would not be ashamed to pilot the ship. And just a ship. Nondescript, it is a ship. Make of it what you will. And you can have it build this. Add crew and captain. There's a fee for it, of course. Show the stats. You can pick the scaling of it, make it larger or smaller. I put the scaling back to 1, if I can. Will it let me? You can put the volume up, decide how big you want this ship. And of course, the bigger you put it, the more it costs, the more it makes. But you can have them build some freaking dreadnoughts. Or if you want to build it yourself, you can just pick a single block. Tilt the volumes tiny. If you want to build stations, you can have it pick the station founder. I don't recommend doing that unless you plan on having it make a station. You can name it whatever. You can tell it to make it out of different materials. You just have to have the materials to start it. You give them the materials, and they build it. But ultimately, for building the ship, what I showed you there is the basic premise of it. You need the thrusters, the brakes, the inertial dampeners, the integrity field, generators, crew quarters, and gyro arrays. And if you want, thrusters. And they'll all help you a lot with steering. And from there, there's a lot you can figure out and work with. As you get higher in equipment and in minerals, there's other options. For example, in Now-Night is where you start to get things like shield generators, things to increase your jump space. Where is it? You got torpedoes, of course, and torpedo storage, flight recorders, torpedo launchers, like I said. Here we go. A hyperspace core, which lets you jump further, extends your jump range. As you go up to Trinium, you start to get academies for bases. You get computer cores, which lets you equip more modules inside. You start to get, where are they? I know they're here. Hangars, which lets you have little fighters, make little fleets, which is, in my opinion, objectively very cool. When you get to Xanium, you also get, you have cargo bays available in iron, which let you freight things around. You get, in Xanion, you get docks. Is that available in... Yes, that's available in Trinium as well. You eventually also get transporters and cloning pods, I believe in Xanion? Yes, that's when you get those as well. Transporters lets you transport things over longer distance, increases the range for docking. And of course, then you have Oganite and Avorion itself. You got solar panels for just other things there. Oh geez, I'm losing you. Well, it's okay. We've gone over everything we can here. We have gone through the building of the ships. And you can, when you're done with what you've got, you can actually save your design. And I keep a little folder here where I've got a couple that I've made. Just for example, you can also hit Apply Design. There we are. Pardon me, this ship's a little bigger in that it needs a few more people. And that's where you saw me build this. You know, before that, I'm rather proud of this little guy. You'll be seeing me using this going forward. For at least some of the things. Oh, before I get ahead of myself, one last thing. This is also where you apply turrets. I've got mining turrets on this. I can put them right in the middle. But to do that, you need to have enough miners on staff. And while you can put little untrained people, they only count as one miner each. Trained ones count for more. Lot to learn, my friend, trust me. So with that, having done this little how to build class, I'm gonna call things a quits on this stream. I'm going to try and end this a little better. We're gonna get some. We're gonna play some Terraria after this. So, my friends, hang on tight. And for those of you who are going to be leaving after this, thank you for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, give any like buttons a boop. Feel free to subscribe, follow, whatever. Hit notifications. You're more than welcome, my friends. So, that all being said, exit to main menu. While I'm quitting out of that, put it back to there. So any of you who are not sticking in for Terraria, I'll be back in a few minutes. But if you're not sticking around, it's no offense taken. Thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a great day. Bye bye.